It is Football Hero today, and this is top 10 transfer rumours of January 2017. So the first one is Riyad Mahrez, who this season has kind of struggled at Leicester. Well, Leicester have struggled compared to last season, but it was kind of expected. No one expected them to win the title last season, and they've done. To be fair, if they'd done this season if they did last season what they have done this season, they would have been, still pretty good for what people expected. Most people expected them to be relegated. But obviously last season he was PFA Player of the Year and he got a new contract in August. But Chelsea and Arsenal both have been looking to sign him. Personally, as a Chelsea fan, I'd rather he go to Arsenal because I don't think he's ever going to reach the heights as he reached last season. Personally, he's a wonderful talent. I just don't think he's ever going to hit that form again. He can be a talent, but I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. So number 2 is Dimitri Payet of West Ham. Last season he was phenomenal. This season he's had his good bits, but he's not been that great. He started Euro 2016. He is 29, so he is aging. But a move to Arsenal could be quite, good for him. Would it help Arsenal? I don't know. Would it help give them more squad depth? But would it add more to the team? I'm not so sure. The next one is Gylfi Sigurdsson of Swansea, and I think he's a phenomenal player. He's Swansea's biggest goal threat by far. He's a very talented Icelandic player, and he's been linked with Roma, Inter Milan, Leicester and Everton. Myself, I'd prefer to see him stay in the Premier League. Leicester, Everton, both good sides, but he's at Swansea. He's going to want to go to a bit better, more quality of a side. So Everton would probably be the choice if you look at it. Now, one player that a lot of people have been calling to see in the Premier League for a long time now, Marco Reus, or Royce, whatever you want to call him that. But you know who I mean. He's a phenomenal player. If he goes to Arsenal, he'd get a massive pay increase because Arsenal, are really looking at him, and and if Ozil does, say no to a new contract, then what other choice have they got? I mean, Marco Reus would be a phenomenal replacement for Mesut Ozil. So Alexandre Lacazette is a player that I've heard a lot about, and he scores quite a lot of goals. He's pretty prolific in League One, but it's the problem is can a lot of players cut it in the Premier League? Arsenal, West Ham have both looked at him, and Arsenal need a goal threat because they have Giroud, who's brought a bit of form on, but he's a bit inconsistent. He'll score in 5 games and he won't score in 10, so it's difficult. And West Ham, well, it'd be a hell of a signing if West Ham can get him, like a hell of a signing. Now, a goalkeeper who I think has really excelled in the last year, who everyone has think excelled, is Kasper Schmeichel, the son of Peter Schmeichel, and Liverpool are looking at him as, replacement for Mignolet and Karius, because neither of them have really performed. Mignolet has never really, hit his step at Liverpool. He looked good at Sunderland, went to Liverpool, and he was just always a bit shaky. Karius has been training with Mignolet a lot. You can see that in the way he tries to take the ball and takes too many risks on the ball with poor, touch, and it just does it too often. Plays a bit too risky. Kasper Schmeichel is a brilliant shot stopper. His reactions are phenomenal. It's all down whether his father would be, glad to see him go to Liverpool. So next is Ross Barkley, who's been linked with Spurs, and I just feel like it'd be a very big risk for them to take because I'm not sure if he'd improve their squad or not. He's a top player. He has the potential to be a good top player, but he's very inconsistent on his form, and a lot of the time at Everton he's just wasted away. He has a couple of good games and then he'll have a bad run of form. Lucas Moura of PSG. This season they haven't been that great. I think they're third, maybe second, behind Nice and Monaco, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, but if Manchester United can get maybe a good signing, he's got the skills, maybe a good backup for Memphis to pay if he leaves. you know. But I feel like Lucas Moura is a player I'd love to see in the Premier League, actually. So Nicolas Soule, or Soule, I don't know how you say his name, but you know, Hoffenheim player, has been linked with Chelsea, Everton, and Bayern Munich. I think he's a strong standing centre back. You know, he shows all the signs of being a top centre back in the future. He's only young, so you know he's got plenty of time to grow and develop as a centre back. And to me, he looks like he could be a quality signing for any of those sides. Now, last but not least, Romelu Lukaku, who has had, you know, a great rise since arriving in England. Obviously, being a Chelsea player, was loaned out to West Brom, then loaned out to Everton. Then Everton bought him for 28 million. Should have sold him for a lot more than that, Chelsea. I don't know why Jose Mourinho got rid of him. He's shown so much potential, showed he can score goals in the Premier League. He can be a bit inconsistent too, but given the right team, the right players around him, I feel like he could be a real force up front. He has, you know, been linked with Barcelona, which would be, you know, a great move. But will it help him excel as a player? I'm not sure. He's also been linked with a return to Chelsea, which personally I'd love to see because he never really got to prove himself there at a bigger club. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, everybody, this has been it. That's it for this video. I have recorded this on my phone, so it's going to be very shaky and I'm very irritating, and I say a lot of words. I hope you enjoyed it. If you can think of any other transfer rumours or any players you'd like to see go anywhere, just comment that below. I'd like to hear what you'll think, and have a great time with it. With what?